Alright, welcome everyone to a new episode of the Lots of Lobang, where every Sunday we bring you joy in your ears. When you put on the headphones to listen to our voice, that's when you get a
ASMR.
fucking heart erection. When your nipples start piercing your shirt,
It's
your
uncontrollable.
T-shirt, or if you're half naked at home because the weather is a bit funky these few days, you're gonna have a massive time listening to Lots of Lobang. And also it's also like during Lots of Lobang where we bring you new updates on our lives. Because this is a personal relationship we have with our viewers. Listeners, viewers, whether you're listening to us on Spotify, on the move, or you're watching us on YouTube.
Yeah, I think this is when Sean and I we will just turn off our mics and we'll let you tell the story.
Yeah, go
What?
ahead. Tell the story.
Why? This is a very personal story that I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
And to our listeners there. This is also the time where I have to admit that I'm taking a new career path. You know, like filmmaking is fun. Filmmaking is my passion since I was a kid. But ever since the whole COVID shit happened, I realized that you need to diversify. That's very important, right? You need to pivot. This is what the government is telling us. You always need to pivot. You got to improve yourself. You got to move on to greener pastures. And I happened to meet this girl on a dating platform. I shall not say which dating platform. It's one of the dating platforms. And she's a performer on another platform that you can pay a certain amount of money every month and then you can watch content. And so she offered me this she offered me this opportunity to join her on this platform to become a co-star. And I think I might jump on it. Yeah. And she sent me some of the videos that she has of other guys on the platform. And I was like, okay, seems pretty easy. All I have to do is just stand there and just enjoy the show. No, but also there's part of me as a filmmaker, as a director that comes in to be like, hey, that isn't well lit. We need to bring in some lights. We need to make sure that the sound is good, that it looks good, so the audience can enjoy it better. Yeah. But also like just another thing to say that she might have a penis, and her penis might be slightly bigger than us. Yeah, she might be bigger than me, but I'm not sure about you guys. But I check it with her first. And the reason why I say her is because we have to, we respect pronouns. Here in the Lots of Lobang, we respect pronouns.
Not really.
She has long hair, she has massive tits. I'm going to say her.
We respect it as long as it's not made mandatory, I guess.
No, but I mean she looks like a girl, right? I'm just gonna call Madam.
Madame.
Madam Boss. Tell me what you want to do and give me money.
Like, man, damn.
Yeah.
Man, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you sharing this with us.
Yes.
We respect your choices in life.
Yeah.
And we wish you all the best.
But here's where I need
Hope
to.
you don't leave with trauma.
No, but here's where I need to bring it to you guys and get your opinion, right? You're the banker, you're the lawyer. How much should I charge for my service? How much am I worth?
What you told to pay?
You
You were told to pay to participate.
And
What are you trying
See,
to?
So
this
You're
is
trying
where
to
the
spin this story here.
this is where the both of us agree, and then when you said that it was the other way around, where you have to pay to be a part of this, we're like, nah.
Because here's the thing. I noticed and I kind of sense from our very short chat with the girl is that she doesn't know what I'm capable of yet. So she wants to make sure that I'm of good quality.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm able to perform, I think I need to like recontract, renegotiate our contract, right? Instead of me paying the amount to be on your platform, I think you should pay me to come in.
But all of that has to happen before you even enter into a contract.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So we need some form of agreement.
You don't want to be poorer by 250 with some butt pains.
And you don't want to be shitting pancakes.
Yeah.
Right.
For
She
no
did say
reason.
negotiable though, so we can go as low as $200.
$50 discount.
Yeah. But the good thing is that I don't have to bring my own mask. Because she has a mask that you can wear to hide your, to be anonymous on the platform. So she's going to provide that. I'm going to clean it, of course, with
Lysol.
Yeah. With some
Lysol, Dettol, whatever.
Do us
wash
a
it with soap.
Do us a favor. Halloween is coming up.
Yeah.
Wear the Jason mask.
Oh. Or should I wear Batman though? The new Batman trailer just dropped today. on Sunday.
That's true.
And it looks fucking sick.
Yeah,
Should
it's
I wear a
lit.
Batman mask?
It is lit, and you could,
I could, right?
or you could combine them.
I should wear Batman and then she be like Batgirl or something.
No, what's the other guy? There's Jason, and then what's the Friday 13 guy?
Kruger?
Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger.
No, the other one. Oh, sorry.
Jason
no.
Voorhees.
No, Voorhees, Kruger, and then the other one. The one where he terrorizes Jamie Lee Curtis.
Scream.
No,
No,
the other
Jamie Lee Curtis.
one. Yeah.
Fucking
What's the
hell.
one?
Halloween, is it?
Is it Halloween?
Halloween. That's
What's his name? Step Brother.
What?
Yeah, no, the other guy, the mask.
The white mask, is it?
Yes.
Mike
it's-
Myers mask.
Mike Myers
Ah, yeah.
with Batman on top. So it's Mike Myers and then Batman.
Batman mask on top.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
I
yeah,
might be
Mike
struggling
Myers.
to breathe properly, lah. I might struggle to maintain a hard on.
And you need oxygen.
Yeah. One of the criteria is that you need to be able to maintain a hard on.
Oh.
Yeah.
You pay,
Yeah.
then you have to maintain.
Yeah.
Damn, man, that's a lot of responsibility on your side.
Yeah.
It is a bit. But then again, I have not actually. I think I've not met a transgender person in person. I've only seen him on the streets when I was in Bangkok when I was 16 on a school. And we were in the bus traveling across
You have
Bangkok.
not seen transgender people in Singapore?
Oh yeah. When I was way younger, but I never had a conversation with them, and I never seen them naked.
You have never seen them in Crazy Horse,
I've never seen.
Like couple meters away, lah. But
a couple of meters away, so you could see them, right?
No, not conversing in
Yes.
person.
Oh, okay.
So
Not
wait,
conversing in
same
person.
boat,
Yeah.
Never really conversed with one I can remember of, but I've seen them when I was in secondary school. We were at Changi Village.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were there when they were still allowed to be around the area.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
They were never allowed to.
Okay,
they were just around the
it's
area.
illegal.
yeah.
and
Yeah.
holy crap! I still remember when we were all walking back to the chalet.
Mm-hmm.
There was one walking down. We at first thought she was a woman. Then later on we saw, no, this one's too revealing to be a woman. Wearing see-through, what's that thing?
Dress.
Basically a see-through top that was flimsy
Mm-hmm.
and tits out for everyone to see. And we were in
No
secondary
bra
school.
whatsoever.
Nothing.
Wow.
Yeah, nothing.
And you guys were underage.
We were underage. We were just walking. What the fuck? Whoa!
Did she look good though? Did
cannot-
she have an Adam's apple?
Cannot really tell, but the
It was dark.
Yeah.
the breastises were
hard, were firm.
were out there.
Right.
And then we saw them also at the kopitiam, and I fell into the drain while looking at one of them. Yeah,
That was your coming of age story.
I knew that because as I fell inside, I heard them laugh.
What, your friends?
No, the
workers,
the
workers.
the transgendered people. They were
Right.
laughing. They were like,
Right.
ah, cute boy. I was like, no.
Yeah, I was trying to run away from you.
No, I wasn't. Actually, I really was distracted. And I
Yeah.
fell down. Damn.
Yeah.
It's embarrassed myself there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
I-
not really coming of age lah.
Right.
It's like there was no coming anywhere there.
Not there in public.
Not there.
It was in private.
It was. It was my first exposure there.
Yeah, because so I don't know, is $200 worth it? For me to my first experience with
well, if you had asked us, we
a
thought
professional.
we thought it was the other way around. And when you said that, we thought it was the other way. It's like, why not? Like, you're getting paid.
Yeah.
You
No, but sometimes you see, when you want to break into the industry, right, you gotta invest some money.
No, but as
Right,
we
and then-
as
and
we
then-
partially discussed in our Breaking Win episode, which is exclusive to patreon.com/lots
Only for $2 a month.
only for $2 a month. Multiple episodes, and you can watch.
You can binge watch.
Binge watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Currently, it's only funded by the mayor of Geylang.
Yes.
He's he's a righteous person.
You can binge watch with Breaking Wind like you binge watch Squid Game.
Yeah, whatever the fuck is that sotong shit?
Squid Game.
It's pretty good,
man.
man. I'm on episode 2 right now. Episode 2.
You
Yeah,
haven't watched it yet?
episode 2. Yeah.
I watched it finish already, but I'm here to
Yeah.
admit that I enjoyed that one okay, but I think I do enjoy Hometown Cha 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 more.
What the
What
fuck
the
is
fuck
Hometown
is
Cha Cha
that?
Cha?
Yeah, it's a rom-com.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
Sean.
I'm quite invested. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
Last episode today. Yes.
I watched Midnight Mass and Squid
Midnight
Game.
Mass. I watched that one.
Fucking good. Midnight Mass. It's from the creator of Haunting of Hill House and Haunting of Bly Manor.
No, I felt like it was too preachy. I got so
but
bored.
because Josie is not a Catholic.
Okay. So that's the
It's
thing.
not. It's the opposite of preachy.
It
Yeah.
was preachy to me. No, it was too preachy at the parts. The religious parts were too preachy.
No,
for
no,
me.
this
What?
conversation we can have later, but
yeah.
let's get
Yeah.
into the topic.
Okay, yes, we have to go inside. No,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
we will have a discussion
Let's-
about this later.
Let's go.
We will.
Let's go back to chicks with dicks.
Yes, chicks with dicks.
Chicks
No,
with dicks.
yeah.
Yeah. As we were talking about that, like OF in Singapore, after what this Titus Low guy has come out to give an interview and talk about how much he's earning,
Yeah.
that's going to be a spotlight,
Right.
right?
Right.
So if the spotlight is going to bring in positive news,
Right.
that is going to be most likely saying that, I think it's about time we get rid of all those laws saying that pornography is illegal, you can't produce, you can't participate, you can't distribute, all this kind of shit. If that happens, then that's a positive thing. But I highly doubt that that's going to happen,
That is not.
right? So if that is going to happen, then I think most religious groups are going to say that we cannot allow this to happen.
Yes, because you're encouraging masturbation.
Yeah, or whatever else lah. Like whatever, like
Self-pleasuring.
how last time we covered when Wartain were meant to perform in Singapore.
Right.
One particular religious group signed, they put out a petition, 17,000 people signed. I don't know how,
Yeah.
but if let's just take it that it was true, and then they tried blocking them and everything, it was successful. I highly doubt that this would ever, something positive would ever happen for OnlyFans creators in Singapore. From now, for now, it looks like the government's not really interested. There are many other things that they can spend their resources and their attention on, so they are not really interested in this.
They're not enforcing also lah.
They are not enforcing it.
Yeah.
I think viewing porn is not something that they are going to enforce really religiously, right? But I think creating, distributing porn and making money from it is going to be something that the government will look into for sure.
So here's a question. Should we jump onto the bandwagon as soon as possible before it all shuts down? Should we call this girl in and then have an episode with her? And then,
How much we have to pay?
let's work out something lah, some deal where, we can create content for her and she
But
for
you
us.
see, I doubt that she's going to be willing to do any of that.
Right.
Because the very fact that she's hustling on a dating platform
Yeah.
shows you that she knows what's up.
Yeah, and when she told me that it costs about $200 to $250 to be on her, to have some action with her, I countered it by saying I'm going to subscribe to your OF page for a month, and then if I like what I see, I might hit you up again.
So now you're officially subscribed to tranny porn lah.
I have not.
No,
No, yeah.
he's open to new experiences.
I've not subscribed to it yet because this was just yesterday or the day before and I was busy.
Okay.
So maybe later after this podcast I might subscribe.
That
And
would be really interesting that you paid money
Yeah.
to
I want-
to watch tranny porn.
No, I want to see what services she provide.
We went a long way
Not watch.
from even saying
Not even watch.
Wait,
Participate.
Sure.
Okay.
No, wait. That has not happened, so we can't say that.
Okay.
We went a long way from discussing why are we paying to watch porn? Now
To
we are
to someone living
we are
it out,
entertaining
idea.
the idea of paying
to be part of
to
it.
watch
To
tranny
watch.
porn,
Mm.
so that it could be a precursor to participate in filming tranny porn.
Because I need to look.
What is this?
If I want to enter the industry, right, I
Yeah.
got to do my own research. I got to know that she puts her money where her mouth is.
Yeah.
And by money,
Josie, this is not even an industry. I don't know why you keep addressing it as industry. It's
Hey,
not
he-
even
no,
an industry.
he wants
OF is gonna be industry.
Or should we be addressing you as DJ Jizzy Jazz?
GZ Jazz. half.
I think our personalities have merged into one.
So
So
made-
it's DJ Jizzy Singh. I don't know.
Joe Jizzy.
Joe Jizzy or some
DJ
shit.
Joe Jizzy.
Yeah, no, but I the reason why I want to subscribe to her OF is to see what service she provide.
Oh.
If it's just going to be like normal services, then I'm not going to pay $200 for that shit, right? It has to
Define
be
normal.
if it's just going to be a licky sucky, it's not going to be worth it.
Okay.
right? It got to be something else, something more. So I'm intrigued.
It has to be the full job.
Yeah,
It has to be an FJ.
yeah. So I gotta do my own research.
Licky licky sucky sucky pee 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 pee.
That's not worth $200.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
To each his own.
I could get it for $50 in like Changi Village. Yeah, it's not worth it.
Then the question is why?
Josie, your sister knows the name of this podcast.
No.
I don't. Maybe not. She has not liked any of the.
She has.
Really
She has.
on
Okay,
Facebook.
On Instagram.
But this is
Oh.
all for research purposes. This
It's
is
all for
to
research
further
purposes.
your creativity. You know?
Yeah.
So you're not bound by boxes.
Exactly.
By a square
And
box.
you know what's the most important thing on the Lots of Lobang? We tell stories. We're all storytellers.
Correct.
Right. So we sometimes we make up shit. We
Especially when
exaggerate
we
stuff.
don't have the facts.
Yeah, we just make up
Facts.
shit so that people laugh, and when you hear it, how like ridiculous it is, they be like, "These guys are crazy." That's what we do here.
This is
Just like how Dave Chapelle make up shit on his stand-up special
correct.
Yeah.
and got into like massive trouble online.
And that's the thing is like the trouble is unwarranted, because like you said, it's made up. It's to make you laugh. It's a joke. I
Yeah.
mean, now people are treating it like when you use a joke, it's like a shield for disrespecting a certain community.
Yeah.
But if you don't laugh at it, right? If you don't laugh at the joke, you don't find it funny, then it's not a funny joke. That's where it should end. When you start taking it personal, when you bring it to your own stuff, you're drawing it to your own agenda.
Yeah.
You're pushing your own views on it, and then you are the one corrupting what it was in the beginning, just to try to draw some attention to your plight. It's the whole thing where you need to feel, or you feel the personal offense, and then you make it a deal where you drag in everyone who seemingly identifies with you, and you didn't push it there. You
Yeah.
just say like,
So
oh, you made that joke, I'm offended. If I'm offended and I'm part of this group, everyone there must be offended the same way.
So now we are talking about Dave Chappelle's The Closer.
The
Not sure
Closer.
if you guys have seen it, but it just dropped on Netflix a weekish ago.
Yeah.
Weekish.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
both of us have seen it. Deben, you have not seen it yet.
I've not.
You have not
Yes.
seen it. Yeah.
How does it feel to be on the outside?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Where
Because
I'm
I watched
innocent.
I watched the last two.
Oh,
It was okay.
Equanimity, is it? Equanimity or
Sticks and Stones,
Sticks and
Sticks and Stones. Yeah.
Right,
Sticks and
right,
Stones.
yeah.
I think Sticks and
Sticks and
Stones.
Stones was the last one.
Sticks and Stone is the one that, I'm not. One of his previous one actually drew flag for.
Yeah, where he had the joke about the LGBTQ community in the car.
in
Yeah,
the car?
It's
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
like
That's
four
Sticks
of
and
them,
Stones, right?
yeah.
So
Sticks and
it
Stones, yeah.
drew
Yep.
it drew flag, and then that's where it started. That's where it started to simmer. And then this one is where he said, "This is my last special, and I want it to stop. I want this whole animosity between me and the trans community to stop, because
Yeah, but it's weird when after the joke in Sticks and Stones, right? There were trans people and gay people actually agreeing with the joke, saying that
they find humor in it.
yeah,
they find
it's
it
like,
funny.
It's funny because it's like quite true.
Yeah.
Where we are four different groups of people
Yeah.
who don't really get along,
Yeah.
but we come together when we feel that there's like some form of benefit that can reach our group.
Right.
So people band together, but in essence, right, like they don't really get along with each other,
Yeah.
like every other set of human beings, lah.
Yeah. Like the gay and the lesbians are like they like different things, right?
Yeah.
You know. So, and that's the whole thing about Dave Chappelle's joke is that by putting like different groups of people in one car and then making fun of each of them equally,
yeah,
everyone gets to laugh at each other, right?
And the joke was that they all don't get along with each other.
Yeah.
So what are you guys saying that they are all one? They are not one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
everyone hates buys because they get to have fun everywhere.
Yeah.
So they kind of blend in everywhere.
Yeah, because the
yeah.
buys are like I think the idea of the joke was like you can blend into one section and just
Yeah.
keep quiet,
And then,
Yeah.
yeah.
right? You can be
But you
gay
see-
or you can be straight.
But you see
and then
how
just keep quiet.
blaming that or blaming them for that also seems very preposterous, because the whole idea of it is not to blame anyone for their preferences, yet within your own community you're like,
Yes.
attacking.
Yeah.
So it's always this whole thing where it's okay if you do it, but not if I do it. You know, this whole
It's being
whole-
dishonest, lah.
yeah. So it's the whole thing, and then this I think his whole Dave Chappelle's whole plot or ploy of the whole thing is he just wants it to end. He's just saying, you know, I made jokes, and somehow the jokes just don't please you, but just because it's you, it's become so big. And
Right,
you
yeah.
know, it can be anything else. Like people could be murdered and all that, and somehow it's accepted. But as soon as I make a joke that offends you, it becomes a problem.
Yeah, it's only funny if it doesn't involve what you believe in or the group that you associate
Or-
yourself with.
Yeah.
Yes, as
You
long
know.
as it doesn't offend you, it's funny.
Yeah, it's
But-
okay to laugh at jokes about other groups, but when
Uh,
it comes to something that you believe in, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
I
When
draw
it
the
talks
line
about-
there.
But
Yeah.
somehow or rather, you try to twist it in a way that it's not just that. It's just cause you're attacking me and you're singling this group out, and it's so offensive, and you're trying to get cheap laughs. You know, all those little things that go in. But
Yeah.
the
And-
core of the point is the moment it's directed at at you, it somehow just becomes wrong because you dictate that it was wrong.
And also the whole idea of like punching down, right? You should not punch down to another
and
community.
and he did say,
And he did address that. I'm not going to say exactly what
Yeah.
he did or his
Mm.
joke or whatever, but the essence of what he's saying is that I'm not punching down because I don't see them as someone that from a lower standing that I am, you know?
Someone who's inferior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
see
They're just
everyone-
not they're just people like us, right?
Yeah.
And for a comedian like him who's so big, who made so much money doing stand up, he's like, I should be able to make fun of everyone.
yeah,
Mm.
I
no,
should be able
that's
to normalize this and make fun
that's
of
his
everyone.
thing.
Yeah.
He says he makes fun of everyone. He doesn't punch down or
or up.
or up. He just
Yeah.
because everyone's equal in his eye. I can punch anywhere I want. I'm a comedian. I make jokes. They're not true. Certain times I say things, I embellish stuff. You know, they're not true. They're jokes. And
Yeah.
and I think along the line, everyone lost the fact. They started getting offended by the jokes,
Mm.
which you can be. Like those things. I mean, people get hurt, but I think it's not saying that. I think that's where we get lost, cause people do like, you know, sometimes you burn someone and it hits too close to home.
Right.
Yes, you can get like, oh, but then you have to understand where the person's coming from. If he's making a generalized joke that was not really targeted at you, then of course if you flare up, it's not gonna look, you know, it wasn't you. I was just saying a joke that just happens to attack you.
Yeah.
Then when you attack him back and you make it personal, then you're kind of the one that's maybe being the dick.
Yeah, and also it's quite interesting when you look at Dave Chappelle, like how his career has like evolved since like the early 2000s from like
Chappelle Show.
Chappelle Show,
Yeah.
and then he
And
stand
he
up,
stepped
up,
away.
yeah.
stand up
And,
in
he,
the
and he
2000s.
stepped away from it. That's the one thing he did say. Like at one point, you know.
Yeah, he stepped away from it, but also like
realized-
how
but
he's
he
like
stand up.
he stand up like
From
used,
that
used to
time,
be
yeah.
like bang 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 jokes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then now when he comes back to Netflix,
Stories.
yeah, it's just all stories, and the closer is actually just all stories, and it's
Hmm.
not like one-liners or like set up punchline.
Yeah.
But he takes like 20 minutes to tell a story, but he brings in his comedy flair as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
And you just see how much he evolved as a human being, as a
It's a joke writer, as
as
a,
a
stand-up,
storyteller.
Yeah.
It's just amazing, you know. It reminds you a bit of like George Carlin,
Mm.
where he goes on stage and then he just tells stories. There's no real like punchline there, but you find certain things funny, but his perspective on certain things kind of make you like, hey, I understand where it's coming from. I may or may not disagree with him, but I get what he's trying to say. And he's not like hating on anyone. He's just saying like, this
He-
is what's happening.
He's
This is
trying to
what
point
my
it out,
idea
lah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's try to find the comedy in this. Right.
And it's quite interesting, like, to see all of this, like, backlash and all this kind of, like, uproar, like, oh, he made fun
No,
of this
bec-
community
yeah,
or what.
yeah,
But
bec-
then go back almost 20 years,
Mm.
about 18 years. Remember when Russell Peters hit the scene big? He was
Oh,
already
yeah.
doing stand-up and all, but when he became big, the 3450 story, you know, Indians going to the same shop, Chinese going to the same shop, take pictures, send to relatives in China to make the same bag and all this kind of shit. There was no backlash because people looked at it, saw like, oh, the fella is ribbing us with some truth.
Yeah.
You know, the accents
But
and
they
all,
saw
maybe
it- they
those
saw-
were
yeah.
embellishments.
But
Right.
they saw,
But
it
they
as
saw
true.
some truth in that.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, this guy is making it funny. He's like sharing what we know about each other,
Yeah.
what I know about my family, our dirty little secrets, but he's just making it funny and putting it out there.
And it also shows that he's done his research, at the very least.
Yeah,
He knows what he's talking about,
was
right?
Like,
Yeah.
it goes to show that this guy has hung around with people of different
Yeah.
communities,
Yeah.
different ethnic groups, and all that.
It doesn't
Yeah.
even have to be that deep. That's the thing. He's making a observational joke
yeah.
that he
Yeah.
sees people. He's not saying that. He's not trying to make a factual statement that all Chinese people are cheap, all Indian people are cheap, all Chinese people like bargains. He's just saying that it's funny to see how some people of that nature is thing, but someone who's like,
Somebody gonna get hurt.
yeah,
real
someone
bad.
is
Yeah.
just
That
sitting in
one's
front
classic lah.
and then just seeing like
That should be trademark.
exactly someone just sitting down and like like, hey, I feel like the Chinese people need to be defended for this one. The Asian people should be defended.
Yeah.
I
No,
feel
but we are talking about like 2003,
exactly.
2004.
No, I mean,
so
back then
we were
people
like,
knew how to take a joke.
Yeah.
But now it's like I feel I should stand up for this. I feel I should be a hero. I feel like that's
and that was pre social media as well.
right.
Yeah.
So now it's someone like I need to feel special.
Yeah, the worst thing is what happened in Netflix after Dave Chappelle's The Closer.
No, that's the funniest thing because you were about to say no Netflix they fired that one black trans employee for leaking confidential information, and they brought that whole thing out because this is confidential information. This is something that most companies have. You don't leak. You don't.
Yeah, the
you don't
information
share
belongs
this.
to the company.
It belongs to me. I share it with whoever I want.
Yeah.
This person committed a
Offense lah. Yeah.
offense, a dismissal worthy offense, and yet how it's published is, a black trans activist, someone who was organizing thing, got fired for leaking confidential information, and everyone only takes it. Oh shit!
She's black and she's trans.
They dismissed the black trans.
It's Netflix transphobia.
Yeah.
It's Netflix
And
racist.
The weirdest
Yeah.
thing is that up to that point, I was thinking Netflix is actually, kowtowing to this, because they're releasing all sorts of things, all sorts of programs that are catered more to this. They have superheroes that are fully gay, and every one of their
Wait,
new
really?
the Q Squad.
No, no idea.
Q Squad. The one I just saw it on. It's
Oh,
an
yeah.
animated thing.
I
But-
didn't even know there was such a show.
Yeah, so they try to be more friendly to everything. They try to include everyone, and now they're being accused of being.
Yeah, I mean it's a bit ridiculous lah.
So
When
that's
you look
why
at it, yeah.
that's the whole thing, and this whole thing is
They released remember they released, sorry to cut you off, but
Yeah, no, it's
remember they released a show called Cuties?
Yeah.
I mean, they are progressive as fuck.
Yeah.
And then to come at them and say that, because
Because-
you gave Dave Chappelle a contract and then he made jokes about
Yeah.
transgender people.
The
Transphobic.
moment you stop being part of my agenda,
Yeah.
you're the enemy,
Yeah, it's
and it
just
has to be as loud as possible. This whole thing, they ignored the fact that she did something that was dismissal worthy.
yeah.
And this wasn't in the benefit of, they were not scheming money off the public. They were not committing hate crime or whatnot. They were just she did something wrong. She released data that was confidential and probably towards business wise
Yeah.
stuff, towards her own agenda, which she wanted to. I think she was organizing a strike.
Yeah, a walkout or some shit,
walkout
right?
of
And
that.
Netflix, yeah.
And because they dismiss her, now it's all, oh shit, this is a hate.
They spun it as a hate crime.
More like, they spun it as like, oh shit, they just want to drown us out.
Yeah. Look at Netflix. They are not giving black trans women a voice. You know?
Yeah.
How easily could it
And
be
then
spun that way?
some people online will say, it's like, hey, a white person did the same thing, but was treated differently. So everyone tries to spin it in their own,
To their own agenda.
their
lah.
own
to sing their
agenda.
own song, yeah.
Yeah.
and it's no longer what's right. It's somehow spun towards what seems nice and correct.
And really, like if you look at
Nice.
whatever Dave Chappelle is saying, right, in The Closer, and the stories that he's telling, if you really look at it and you believe that he's transphobic, either one, you are fucking dumb, you don't understand whatever that he's saying, or
Don't-
two, you
you're
have
not
you have
listening
a
satire, so-
specific agenda that you want to push to the
Mm.
public. Either way, I think you should walk into traffic. I think you should come onto the lots of lobang where we have a tub of water, and then we just hold your head underwater for 5
No,
minutes.
you can't hold.
Yeah, you can't hold. That's not how baptism works.
No, it's okay. No, we
It's a bit
can
of
we can forget. We can forget. We can be like, hold there, and then we say our
There's
prayer
some
for 5
pressure
minutes,
when it comes up though.
and then after that we release the head and release the person. Oh shit! I realize
You
you're
could
not
pretend
breathing
you
now.
had a stroke lah.
Right.
Your hand was like stuck there.
Yeah, and then you can just hold the.
Yeah, both of you
could-
have happened to have an episode at the same time.
No, but this has been building up for years,
Oh,
right?
no, yeah.
Right, it has been building up for years.
He
where
just happens to be the center of it because he made
because
jokes
of Sticks
before.
and Stones, right?
Yeah,
So
Sticks-
he already
I
made a
think
joke, and that was highlighted. So now he made another, like a whole bit on it. He built an entire.
What within the bit he also referenced how this will most likely be blown up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So he already knew what the consequences were going to be.
yeah, for sure.
But the thing is that just because he mentioned that, oh, I already know what's going to happen and
Yeah.
all,
It's some kind of a,
there were quite a number of people, right? Like Andrew Schultz and quite a number of comedians, right? Who immediately made like clips. Like they addressed it on their podcast and all. And they made clips like
what we're doing.
no, in a different way.
Oh,
We are talking about the backlash, but these clips came out as soon as the special came out. Right?
But that
So
one I
it
didn't
came
see.
out. Then the next within the next day or so, all these clips came out where they are addressing him talking about that story,
Mm.
right? And then people who want to like jump on it and say that, oh, he's offensive,
Mm.
he's putting out
punching
hatred,
out, yeah, punching.
putting out hatred towards our community or whatever, right?
Mm.
I think it was like twofold. Like you have his bit, and you have people who are talking about it, even when it was a non-issue,
Right.
and then you raise it up and you give it more prominence. Not talking about a joke,
Right.
not saying that go and check out the comedy special and make up your own mind,
Yeah.
but how problematic is it going to be and all, and then you talk the problem into existence.
Right.
Ah,
Right.
for views lah.
For views, your intention is to bring more eyeballs into your podcast,
More,
your
yeah.
Patreon, whatever,
Yeah.
and then you just piggyback off his comedy bit
Yeah.
in his special, and then now he is the one who is at the receiving end, where
Right.
even if like usually people would not even care. Oh, I don't like Dave Chapelle because he made a joke about my community, or he said trans people are problematic or whatever in Sticks and Stones. So I'm not going to watch his comedy special. And then when like people keep on bringing it up, oh, what did he say? What did he actually say? I'll
Yeah,
go and
especially
look.
people who never watched it, and
Yeah.
especially people who are in that situation. Like you see, the three of us cannot relate to that. Nobody here wanted to transition to a female. Correct?
For now, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
we haven't decided yet.
Yeah.
We
I,
might.
I don't think my body can take two
Two
E cup
holes.
tits.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think my chest is big enough.
Would you
to
go E or would you
hold.
go double F?
Why so
Double
big?
F is too big, dude.
Yeah.
I think my tits will touch my balls.
Go big or go home.
Go big or go home. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but back pain.
But I have small hands, so I need
Back
to.
pain, then he'll pay for Anytime Fitness.
The back
Hillview Rise. He'll
Yeah.
go to that outlet and he'll do deadlifts and everything to strengthen his back. Then he'll go use the
As
toilet.
in, if I were to
He
transition,
still use the male toilet.
as in,
so
if
that
I
he
were to
can
transition, I need to have C cups
Be
here
filmed by a whole camera.
and A cup at the back to balance it out. So
Yeah.
So,
A cup in the back.
A cup
If
at
I
the back
if I know someone is filming me in the toilet while taking a piss, I will just look right into the lens
and perform.
and give a performance worthy of an Oscar.
Or pee into the lens.
Have you ever seen a fountain that goes horizontal?
Yeah. No, but here's the thing. I have very small hands, right? For like for a 5'9" guy, I have very small hands, so I can't get too big tits because then I can't cup it. I can't cup my own tits.
No, then you need to start learning how to stretch your fingers.
Yeah, see, look at my hands. My hands are fucking small, dude. For a guy my height, my hands is fucking small.
Okay lah.
Your
Okay lah.
yeah.
Okay lah.
Okay lah.
Okay
Yeah.
lah.
So now,
Let's not
if,
talk about-
if you're watching this on YouTube, you know how big my cock is. Just by looking at my hands.
That's shoe size.
That one shoe size.
True size. I thought nose. Nose I win.
But it's hooked, right? It's hooked like a beak. It's hooked like a beak.
Yeah, overall size I think still okay lah. Nah, I mean, like that's why we're saying it's like if we were to transition, we would maybe be able to understand. Like
Yeah.
we might be more hurt by his comments than we expect now.
Yeah.
Right. I like Tim Dillon's take on it. Like he just dropped his episode today. I will just watch a bit. The opening.
How?
Basically, he's like, fuck you, everyone who like take offense to it. Stop watching stand-up specials.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
shit.
no, oh,
Don't
And that's
watch.
coming from a gay man.
Don't watch any stand-up special. Don't watch any other comedy, but watch us.
Yeah, okay.
Only this show.
You see, that's the one thing. I think that's
Yeah.
the one case. If you know I'm gonna make, I make jokes about everyone. Everyone is on the table, and if you're not okay with that, don't watch it.
Yeah.
Now the only thing you're worried about is that everyone else that watches it, in your mind, will develop this kind of hate mentality towards us, which is, I think, the thing they're trying to push forward. That they hear your jokes and they think it's okay to attack us.
Hate has become a currency now. In 2021, hate.
And yeah, and I think it's something he brought up, because the us is not represented by the a big consensus.
Yeah. Well,
it's just,
how do you define us?
it's just by this few people
What constitute us?
who have had
constitutes
their,
us?
who may have had their own independent experiences and feel more. You know, someone who's been bullied
yeah.
would feel more, especially more
Inclined to
attack this.
wield
than-
an axe and kill
then-
people.
Yeah, then been
in
someone
River Valley
who-
High School.
Yeah, and then oh shit, and then someone else.
Lim
had-
Wei Ming.
and then someone else who has been in an encouraging community that's more
Yeah.
accepting of that. Someone would not be able to understand why
Yeah.
do you feel this way. So
Hey, fuck you, anyone who's listening to us and being offended by Dave Chapelle or what we say. If you don't like it, switch it off. Switch the channel, you fuckface.
because you have that
Yeah.
choice.
But you see, that's the simple answer, right? Like, fuck off, switch it off, and
Yeah,
everything.
no, that's what they
And-
cannot
and-
accept
and
because
the-
he is still popular
and
and
you
he
see,
knows.
Dave Chappelle said that I've got no problems with the LGBTQ
Yes.
community.
He
Yeah.
emphasizes that a bit.
Right. That's why I feel that it's so like harmful that people try and like press this issue onto him and
Cancel
try
him.
and make him they can't cancel him lah. The black community is strong when it comes to supporting him. Fans of comedy also.
Yeah.
Like Dave Chappelle is a fucking legend. Like
He's one of the goats, lah. Right
yeah,
now.
like true like comedy fans will never like if he were to like go on Patreon, right? Fuck, and he does his own like podcast or like his skit show
Yeah.
exclusive on Patreon. Fucking hell, people would pay money to watch it.
Yeah.
It's
by
just
they'll pay by episode. I'm
I
I'm
think
pretty sure he'll make fucking
I
shit tons
think
of money.
the hurtful part is just that.
And you know what's the best thing? He doesn't need money now.
Yeah.
He didn't never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't need the money now.
60 in
They
the
they
bank.
give the Chappelle show back to him, what? The rights, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They signed it back to him,
it's
yeah.
60,
Comedy Central, yeah.
60
Yeah.
mil. So
Yeah, but
He-
you see, that's the thing. I was like, you know, the guy that has no problem with your so-called community because who are we addressing? Who's the leader of the community? Who is what you call a committee man, right? He has no problem with trans people, with gay people, and you are fighting for. But then we need to transition into someone who really has a problem, who hates the LGBTQ community, Joe Rogan. Do I need to give a...
I think you might need because that's quite strong. It's like he hates.
Yeah,
that.
he's been so outspoken about transgender
He wants to hunt
fighters
them.
in MMA.
He wants to hunt them.
He wants to hunt them with his bow and arrow.
The next season of Meat Eater on Netflix, you'll see
Yeah.
him hunting.
But
Hunting Fallon Fox in the wild with his bow and arrow. He's like, I'm going to give you 10 seconds.
With a
Run,
cro-
bitch.
With a crossbow.
Yeah.
And then Brian Callen saying, hey,
no, but
hey.
with a
Is this
sucker
too much,
point-
Joe? Is this too much?
with
Shut
a-
up.
With a
Shut up.
sucker point, lah. Sucker point.
Go back to where Brandon Shop is.
Yeah, and then you see, Tim Dillon at the barbecue pit putting in charcoal, and then we're like, I'm gonna keep this warm. Bring back the meat.
And then Ben Avery.
I don't know how he's gonna survive, lah. But I mean, you have to agree with him also. Sports.
Yeah.
It's it goes only one way. It only happens when a man transitions to a woman and participates in a woman's athletic.
Oh wait, but New Zealand
sports.
there's this trans woman who competed in weightlifting, if I'm not wrong.
In the
Trans
male,
woman means it was a male.
Trans man.
so
Trans
it's
man.
a trans man and competed in the male thing.
Male division, yeah.
And won?
Weightlifting. I think she won some award or some shit. I'm not sure.
But it only
Young Jamie, look it up.
It only seems to go one way. So it only goes in the way where it benefits the
Yeah,
person.
if we
that-
don't see reports of it, it never happened.
No.
Also, it's in New Zealand, and we don't know
No,
the weightlifting community,
In
lah.
New
As
Zealand,
in-
they're busy shagging sheep, so
Yeah,
As in, it only goes
They-
in a
they're
way
not
where
sh-
it benefits
yeah.
the person transitioning.
They're not busy shagging sheep. They're busy finding the best sheep to shag because there's so many sheep.
Yeah, merino.
There's more sheep than human beings. So
It's
they're like,
It's got a merino.
this one is not too tight. Take this one, younger sheep. Let's not get the mutton. Let's get the lamb.
How do you think they got the fluff in the cotton?
Exactly.
No, sorry, wool,
Wool.
not cotton. Cotton's on plants.
suddenly the fellow became Chan Chun Sing.
Yeah, cotton.
Cotton comes from sheep.
Oh, cotton comes from shit. Oh, it comes from shit.
Hey, you can become minister.
Almost like almost.
You're qualified to become a minister.
very
Minister for
close.
education, some more.
Very, very close. Yes.
Yeah. How many hours of sleep did you get last night?
One.
Okay. Probably will. Yeah. Let's just let that slide. It's fine. You're so busy leading the country of Singapore.
Yeah, leading them into destruction. I mean, if I was in charge of Singapore, whoo, shit, our economy will probably crash in one day. I'd spend it all on getting everyone
On
out.
massages.
Yeah, bringing more of them in. We need variety, bro. Variety. But back on Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan, yeah. For whatever Joe Rogan has said about the LGBTQ
Yeah.
community, no, it's jokes we are joking about.
No, but the thing is that his views on it has always been on the fairness of it. But then
Yeah.
again, an unfairness has been dealt upon him, because when, like, this is not you because you read into it. But for me, when I first heard about his whole COVID-19 thing and he was treated, yes, the one I heard was he was treated by horse dewormers. Like, honestly, that's what I heard. Like, oh, Joe Rogan's taking ivermectin, which is a horse dewormer, and I didn't know what ivermectin was at that time, so I would be inclined to believe what they said. Like, oh shit, it's a horse dewormer. Why is he taking something for animals? Then later on, you find out, oh, ivermectin actually can be prescribed for both humans and animals in different whatever doses or maybe whatever that is lah. But it can be prescribed for humans for parasitic treatment, right?
yes.
So that was the case of ivermectin. But how it was reported was that he was taking
Horse
something
dewormer.
for animals, and of
Yes.
course, how when you anyone who's a lay would hear that, it's like, why would someone be so so influential and everything just take this out of nowhere? So recently he had a
Sanjay Gupta.
Sanjay Gupta, which is the
CNN's medical correspondent.
correct on his
He's a
podcast.
and he's a neurosurgeon.
Yes, somehow he managed to grab him and lure him.
Yeah, so quite a number of people gave
Like,
Sanjay
why-
Gupta
yeah.
props
Yeah,
for
why did
even
he-
turning up.
correct. It's like, how did he lure him into the podcast?
I have no clue. I have no clue. Maybe it was like fucking
Under the-
arrogance lah.
I know, under the pretense of saying I want to clear the air about my ivermectin taking thing. I want you to clarify of my. Maybe
Yeah.
he lured him on the wrongs of it, like oh shit, I now understand how wrong. No, like
Yeah.
no, like
Okay,
no, like-
to be like totally honest,
Mm.
I've seen 3 clips from the podcast.
okay.
So apparently the podcast is about 3 hours long. It's on Spotify. It's exclusively on Spotify, right?
3 hours long.
Joe Rogan, JRE. It's on Spotify, right?
I can't listen
So
to myself
Joe
think
Rogan
for
with
3 hours.
Sanjay Gupta is about 3 hours long, and his YouTube page, Powerful JRE. They put up clips from the actual podcast, right? And I watched 3 clips. So one was talking about CNN lying. Another one spoke about gain of function research. And then I forgot what the last one was. So I watched 2, and then the third one was not really eventful, so I just like
skip
Sweet.
past it. lah.
I just closed
Yeah.
the window.
Right.
I was like, oh, this one nothing much. So the first one was Joe Rogan literally confronting Sanjay Gupta, asking him, why the fuck did CNN lie? Saying that he consumed horse dewormer when the drug ivermectin is prescribed for human beings.
Yeah, for parasitic and
For parasitic infections or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? So
we have to give them something like hair lice, even hair lice,
Mm.
and the other ones.
Usually-
I cannot even pronounce the other one.
usually hair lice, you don't prescribe it unless you have severe
Yeah.
infections on your scalp.
Right.
Because for hair lice, they have a different treatment, which is a kind of kerosene based.
Yes, kerosene. That
Yeah.
was one.
So how about just burning your whole fucking face? Just burn your head and
Scabies,
to kill the lice.
scabies, river blindness, strongyloidiasis, whatever lah. The rest all. a
How
bit
do you
more-
get hair lice from not like showering often? Jesus
no,
fucking
it's
Christ!
just it's spread lah. It's
Yeah.
it's a
If you get hair lice, just fucking burn your face. just get rid of it and your head as well at the same time. You know.
Yeah, so Joe Rogan was like, what
bit
the
of angst from DJ
GZ Jazz.
GZ Joe's.
Yeah. So Joe Rogan was like, what the fuck? So he already addressed this on a separate podcast
Yeah.
when he recovered from so-called COVID-19. And Tom Segura was the guest. So he was
Very
like,
subtle. Very subtle.
Yeah, so Tom Segura was like, hey man, like you're back. It's like Joe Rogan immediately was like, yeah, should I sue CNN? Because they are lying out there. And I like after that episode, right? If anyone from CNN actually watched that episode, they will be like, yeah, we should go nowhere close to this fella.
Yeah.
Right? This fella's thinking of suing us. Why would we send anyone to talk to him?
Oh, so they actually sent Sanjay Gupta.
So now people are questioning like why did Sanjay Gupta even go there?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like did he go there by himself? Like did he was like, nah, I'll go and talk to the
Or
fella?
did CNN send
Or
him to
did
be like?
CNN send him, or like what the fuck was happening? And it was so weird to see someone who's a doctor and
Yeah.
like a medical correspondent for CNN.
Yeah.
He's so flabbergasted lah. So
Yeah, that guy could not answer shit because whatever he said, right, Joe Rogan had an answer.
well,
And Joe Rogan has young Jamie.
apparently apparently he
pull
was
it up.
go-
Like
apparently Joe Rogan was gonna beat him up.
according to him.
Yeah.
According to him, he felt afraid that Joe Rogan was going to attack him.
He's gonna choke slam him and
Right.
slap him in the face a bit.
But at no point in that whole 3-hour interview did he even get like super aggressive, right?
No,
Joe Rogan was basically asking him like, do you agree that it's wrong for CNN to lie
Yes.
when they know that ivermectin, like whatever that I took, was prescribed by a doctor and it's not horse
dewormer.
dewormer.
I honestly don't see the point of anyone in Joe Rogan's seat to be aggressive and violent with his guests.
He has never been aggressive.
Like there would be no
a few
point.
times.
There would be
No,
He's against it as well because the whole reason I think he
Usually
took
to
up,
people that he knows.
someone who practices martial arts,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
would never go and attack someone out
because he said
of nowhere.
he said he took that
Because
up,
there's
right?
honor.
Yeah, no, he also said that he took those things up,
No,
martial
but-
arts,
Yeah.
so he could speak his mind and not
Yes.
be afraid that the person talking to him would
Attack
would,
him.
There-
would
there was a-
intimidate him with size.
Yeah.
There was an interview with Stephen Crowder many years back, when you're talking about marijuana. That one Joe Rogan got a bit aggressive.
No, but that was out of anger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it was all talk only.
Yeah, it was, no. It's like aggressive in the form of like fight. I think Stephen Crowder was saying like marijuana is bad or something, and then Joe Rogan was saying that no, the medical
Yeah.
medical benefits of marijuana. So they went on this whole spiel of like 20 minutes. Then it got a little like heated, but no point he ever turned physical.
Yeah.
No, but that one was a shit show lah. Because Stephen Crowder is like a fucking troll. From my
Right.
opinion lah.
Right.
Like he's a fucking troll. Like he goes on the offensive whenever he's got facts or like things to back him up on his side.
Yeah.
And
And
then
plus
when he gets cornered, right, he just backs down.
No, but plus
Right.
it gets you views. Like those kind of
Yeah,
things
yeah,
will,
that- yeah.
get my interest so.
But this one is totally different, right? This like
Yeah.
But you could see Sanjay Gupta squirming like a fucking piece of shit that
Yeah.
he is.
No, I
I'm
mean,
surprised they lasted 3 hours. 3 hours.
3 hours.
Yeah, because they spoke about many other things as well.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
No, but
and,
I
and
thought
Joe Rogan did not let him go like
Off the hook.
off
Like,
the hook.
yeah, but no,
He
but
just grilled him for
Yeah.
the-
until he get an answer from him.
yeah, no, but the thing is that he probably Sanjay Gupta didn't have, not say didn't have the answer, but he couldn't answer that truthfully at any
Then
point.
why is he even there? though?
No, he
That's the
was.
thing.
He most likely was not there to answer about other things, and then this
Yeah.
thing probably caught him off guard, and
I think he was there like, oh, he's going to
Yeah.
ask me about my life. How did I
Yeah.
even like
about
imagine that.
maybe about a different version of COVID, or like how things happen. But this whole thing took a swerve and
He,
said,
did,
how
he has not done his research.
how can CNN lie? And the thing is, you were all saying that he was caught out on it because at one point he said, I didn't see it, and then later on he's like, oh no, no, I don't think that's what they did. But if you didn't see
because Rogan said that they were lying gleefully.
it, gleeful, and it's like, no, I don't think they will. But if you didn't
Because
see
okay,
it,
because Joe Rogan is not vaccinated, right?
Oh.
His kids are vaccinated. I don't know whether his wife is vaccinated or not, but he was saying that he's not going to get the vaccine because I don't see a reason for it. If I'm within the age range and a healthy standard where I don't need something, and even if I get infected, I can fight it off. I'm
Yeah.
rich enough to get enough medical attention that I can fight it off,
Yeah.
and then if I get it, I will have a better immunity against it.
Yeah.
Why should I ever take a vaccine?
True.
That was Joe. That's like summing up like Joe Rogan's point of view, lah.
Right.
And maybe he has his questions about the vaccine or what. Okay. So Sanjay Gupta got caught in that, and CNN got caught in that because CNN was like, "Ha! Look at this guy who has not taken the vaccine, and he now is COVID positive."
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to be like trying to say that, oh, look at this guy, this clown. But then Joe Rogan did a video, I think it was on Instagram. I think it was he posted it on Instagram, if I'm not wrong, saying that I'm COVID positive, so I need to cancel. Did he say I need to cancel dates or something? Maybe he said it, but then he said that, but don't worry, I've already seen a doctor. I've been prescribed. I'm on ivermectin. I'm on this. I'm that. I'm on antibiotics or some IV and all this kind of shit. That was the thing that triggered. Like, oh, Joe Rogan is on horse dewormer.
Right.
This is such a bad example. Now people who are already harboring on ivermectin are going to say that, look at this guy. He is also supportive of ivermectin. He's influential. So more people are going to take ivermectin. They're all going to go just take horse medication.
Yeah.
Right? So that was what CNN was trying to do.
And what if they realized was that in 2015 or 16, the
2015
2015, the creator of ivermectin
got Nobel Peace Prize.
Nobel Peace Prize, right? Yeah. For human use, the ivermectin for human use.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I went to look into this, right? So recently, Singapore, they released a document saying that they have looked into vaccine injuries. And Chinese Asia, they said, I think it was Chinese Asia or Straits Times, they said that Health Science Authority, HSA, they have looked into vaccine injuries and they have done studies on it. So Chinese Asia reported it. So I wanted to go and look at the actual documents.
Yeah.
What did HSA say? Who were the people involved in the studies? What did they study and everything? Can't find.
Really? Holy
Can't find.
shit.
Okay, so I went to HSA's website and I searched. At first, I searched vaccines.
Yeah.
All the information that came out were not that. Then I was like, okay, let's search adverse reactions. Not many. Adverse. Then things came out.
Right.
And then I actually read a study from NTU. And Paul Tambaya from SDP, he was one of the scientists who wrote the paper. He was one of the authors, co-authors. So that study was about ivermectin, vitamin C, zinc, like alternative methods to handle COVID-19. So the studies that they did were let's see how effective hydroxychloroquine, ivermectin, vitamin C, zinc. So everything that that has been put out there as alternatives to vaccines. And the studies were, the results in the abstract.
Wait, let me guess. Inconclusive.
No, the studies were like, it is ineffective. Like they put
Right.
out like percentages and everything lah. So like conclusion, they put in the abstract. But then when you read the studies, you read the actual paper, you're like, wait, they are jumping back and forth. At one point, they're saying that it's ineffective in reduction of transmission.
Right.
Then another point, they say that it's ineffective in treating it.
Right.
But then the conclusion is totally different. The conclusion is saying that it's ineffective
Right. Right.
in combating COVID-19. But then within your study itself, you have two different points where you're talking cock. One point you're saying it's ineffective in reducing transmissions. Then another point you're saying that these two methods, vitamin C and zinc, is ineffective in reducing the symptoms. But then you don't come to the same conclusion when it comes to hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin. But then your conclusion for the entire thing, which you put in the abstract, is that these are not effective.
Right. Right.
Then
right.
what? Like, who peer reviewed this? No, I don't see information on that. But it is released by HSA, by Health Science Authority of Singapore.
This is heavy shit.
Rather not make an enemy out of the government right now.
This is heavy shit.
No, but you see, one of the authors is an opposition party candidate, right?
Yeah.
He's not even an elected member of the parliament or whatever, but he's part of the establishment.
Yeah.
And that is where Joe Rogan got a little bit pissed off when Sanjay Gupta, Joe Rogan said that this drug has been administered to billions and billions of people. And then Sanjay Gupta was like, within
quarter of a billion.
quarter of a billion. It's
No,
like,
more than that. More than that.
more than that.
Yeah.
More than that.
This actually reminds me of like Galileo in 1600s. You know, when he when he comes up with the
Prophesize.
theory that the Earth doesn't revolves around the sun and not vice versa.
Yeah.
And
The
then
sun
the whole-
doesn't revolve
The whole
around
scientific
the Earth,
community be like, "No, you fucking traitor!" And then they throw him to prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the whole thing about this is that people who question whatever that science claims to be right are not anti-science,
They
But
are
they-
scientists. They
but-
are scientific.
but they are questioning the politics behind why certain science is being pushed forward.
If you don't question it, you're not being scientific.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
You're pushing
It's
for propaganda.
yeah.
You are pushing for dogma, saying that it is this way and no other way.
This way and no other way. Like your way is the highway.
And
Yeah.
And
then
if you don't agree, you get
Yeah.
off the highway.
anyway,
In fact, the highway
it's
would-
a little heavy. Can we go back to trans and how I want to be fingered by a trans girl?
No, we got another topic for this.
What?
It's less heavy because there
Yes.
are loads of rotten vegetables involved.
Oh shit! Yeah, let's do that. Let's
this one
do
hits. This one hits close to home. lah.
Yeah.
It's very close to home.
This one.
It's a wormy subject, lah.
Also, it's when you see it right.
Yeah.
You don't expect it to happen here.
Yeah. Okay. Give us a breakdown, Sean.
No, because
What?
Jurong-
No.
I don't,
What do you mean
I-
no?
I don't want to.
How
but
dare you say no to me, Sean? Get
But-
down on your knees,
But it's a Jurong East Dom.
Sean. Get
Dom-
down on your knees and open your mouth.
No, that one's your experimentation. The other one brings us back to the back, the beginning.
Yeah.
But
So this is a very
It-
sad. It's a very
it's
sad
very- it's
subject
shameful.
lah.
It's shameful if it
Um,
actually.
It's about
Mm.
this group of foreign workers
Mm.
in were they on an island, Jurong Island,
No, Jurong Dom.
Jurong
Dormitory.
Dom, where their living conditions are horrible.
Yeah, the riot police actually was set down.
So okay, so firstly, they were crammed to be like 12 people in a room. And the room was fucking small. If you look
Small.
at the pictures,
Yes.
and the food that are given during their stay had actually maggots or worms in the fucking food, and a lot of
newspaper.
yeah, some of them actually taken photos and it's been published by the
Correct.
Straits Times.
Yes.
And one of their main concerns or complaints was that they weren't given enough care when one of their workers come down with COVID, and they're forced to live in close quarters with that person, with that said
Yes.
infected person.
So there were dire cases where I think they were probably having very severe symptoms of it.
Breathing
So they-
problems
yeah, so they were brought
or
away.
COVID symptoms lah. Yeah.
And living arrangement of it was to blame lah. Everyone's crammed together. Living conditions were horrible.
Yeah.
And food. And food was food was the last one that they named. The other one is that they're not given proper access to medical support,
Yeah.
not properly isolated. So they were just basically what they're saying is everyone there was just thrown into the dorms.
Yeah.
Asked to the quarantine was
They were
all of
asked to quarantine with 12 people in a fucking room.
so
You know, that kind
so
of shit.
the actual quarantine was they quarantined all of them, and there was no actual individual quarantine. It's like
Yeah.
all of you
Yeah.
are quarantined.
So the proper procedures of quarantine was neglected for this dormitory.
But 12 people per room, right? That itself, I think, goes against the rules, right?
Mm.
Because you remember when the whole dormitory cases thing exploded last year,
Yeah.
people went in to inspect and then they were like, how come got so many people in one room? How come got no toilet and all this kind of shit? And then the government went in to enforce.
MOM went in.
MOM went in to enforce, saying that, oh, cannot. This is extremely unhygienic. To the level where some people were saying that this is inhumane and all this kind of shit lah. So they were like, oh, okay, so now the dormitories have to follow a strict rule. We'll inspect them and all this kind of shit. But the images that came out on the
Yeah.
Mothership article were
and
horrible.
Here's the kicker.
Yeah.
You see, in other cases, we want to think that the Jurong dorm workers might have been embellishing or exaggerating. But when I heard that the ones in charge of this was Samcott Marine, that's when I knew this probably is true. Samcott Marine is in deep shit. They've not been doing well at all. Oil has been hit damn
Yeah.
hard. Their shares have been down again and again. They've appealed for shareholders to buy their rights
Right.
over and over, and
Yeah.
they're hoping for a merger with things. So when I see this, right, yes, Samcott Marine is already in financial hardship. And now this makes this whole thing much more believable to me. Because at first I refused to believe. Who would feed workers, Singaporean foreign workers, with that kind of shitty meals?
Yeah. It's pretty horrible.
And now
Them lah.
it makes sense because in order to cut down costs, that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
Give it out to the person who charges the least. I mean, the pictures, if they are to be believed, right? There's worms. Newspaper was
Yeah.
the worst one.
In a cabbage.
It means in the mass cookout, they just one newspaper that was probably used to hold the vegetables, because sometimes vegetables are wrapped in, just thrown in.
Yeah.
And these people don't deserve that. These are foreign workers who are basically almost the backbone of
Building
most.
the infrastructure of this country.
Yeah.
And because of the COVID situation, they've been held in this kind of situation, quarantine.
They can't go home to their families.
Can't quarantine.
That kind of shit.
They've been forced to huddle together, like you said, 12 in one room. And now they're saying medical care also is
They were
almost,
pushed all over.
it's
right?
almost you fend for yourself. You just
Yeah.
stay in this square zone, and everything that happens inside just happens inside.
Right.
They were hoping it would maybe I don't know what were they're hoping for. They will never get out. Wow. Now that the whole thing is, I still was maybe a little bit on the fence. Like, who is this group? Maybe it's one or two disgruntled staff. Maybe they made up the food stuff. But now that I heard Samcott, I'm more inclined to believe that most likely they're facing worse situation. And this is the ones that were allowed to get out, that maybe had an opportunity to send pictures out.
I saw
Because the food was horrible. I looked at it, it
Horrible,
was like,
yeah.
damn, even if there was no worm, that food was
dude,
horrible.
But let's not forget, right? Last year when the whole dormitory workers, the whole COVID is spreading in dorms and all that shit
Yeah.
happened, right? The workers were being shuffled around, right? Some people were sent to army camps to stay. Some people were sent to Singapore Expo. Oh, those infected, we isolate them at Singapore Expo and all. We monitor their health and all this kind of shit. Even at that time, people were complaining about the food. The workers were complaining, saying that the food has been horrible. At least previously, we had our freedom to go and buy our own food and all this kind of shit. But in this instance, it has been really, really bad. And when people complain and it was highlighted in certain media outlets, apparently it changed. Or maybe it just stopped being reported. But this one takes the cake because people started taking pictures and videos
Yeah.
and sharing it. And I saw a poem written by a Bangladeshi writer who is based in Singapore. It was really hard hitting. The poem was really good. It was like, don't call us brothers. It was addressed to the Minister for Manpower.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really hard hitting, and you could tell that it was written by someone who's really proficient in
I was about to ask, can I see the poem?
yeah.
Do you have the poem?
Yeah, I'll
That
bring
was
up the-
kind of poetic. So.
that was kind of poetic, yeah. So it's like, please do not call us brothers. If we are truly your brothers, why do you surround us with riot squad and policemen? If we are truly your brothers, why do you send in armored vehicles to surround our work camps? If we are truly your brothers, why do you allow the work camp bosses to treat us so? Do you not know that the food we eat is infested with worms, flies, and maggots? Do you not know that the COVIDed and the non-COVIDed are all huddled together in the same room, waiting to get infected and maybe die if help does not arrive in time? Do you not know, Minister, that some of us have taken to sleeping on the cold hard floor in corridors to try and escape from the contagion? Minister, we are not your brothers. We are only your work slaves.
Wow.
So that was the first part. Yeah, so
Holy shit.
That's
so yeah, like I don't know how well this guy represents the migrant worker community, but that did make a lot of sense lah.
Yeah.
Because these people have been treated like shit,
Yeah.
And then,
and then they
no,
are
and-
continued to be
and
treated
then
like shit.
expected once this whole thing ends, like
Yeah.
just to come out and work like as if nothing happened. So when you find out stuff like the way they're getting fed, the way they're getting housed, like shit, man. If this wasn't even brought to our attention, I would have assumed that everything was like all fairy tales and cherry and sweets and candies. Everyone is like, they're quarantined, but they're living comfortable life. Yeah, maybe 4 men, a bunk, 1 meter apart each way. No. Like, this one might be brought to our attention, but I don't know about the other dormitories.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
It's hard to
It's
say.
really hard to say, but it was dreadful. And I think there was a video clip on the Mothership article where they made it into a GIF. Like someone was like standing in the middle and he was talking like talking to all the other workers, and maybe it looked like they were like rallying all the workers. So I don't know whether that was the catalyst for why the riot police and armored vehicles were sent to those dormitories or not. I don't know, but it could be. We have really not heard anything.
Most
from
likely
from
those
the
were
authorities lah.
preventative measures lah. Because
Yeah,
I
but
don't think I don't think the workers there would
Yeah.
probably resort to
No, because you never know. You remember the 2013 riot at
Little India.
Little India?
Yeah.
So you never know what might start shit.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah. One more worm.
One
more worm, and we riot. Then they look.
But you can always pour ivermectin in, right? And then like clean out the worm, and then you can kill.
worm.
No, but ivermectin now hard to get lah. All the fucking churchgoers, the church groups, all buying it in Singapore. So
Body of Christ, ivermectin.
Yeah. Just drink wine, lah. Wine will cure all disease.
Alcohol,
Yeah, alcohol is the cure of all disease.
actually, in another sense, just don't get tested.
Then you never know.
Yeah, wait.
Just
No,
like
you just don't feed the system.
yeah.
Wait, so
Don't be a statistic.
Just like how I've not been tested for any STDs,
Yeah.
so I know that I'm clean.
But that's the norm now. Quarantine's being a big
That was what I suggested. What?
quarantine is being dealt away with. It's now it's only PCR tests, which you have to pay for $200, $200 every. You know the VTL. What is it?
VTL, yeah.
VLT. Whatever the
Vaccination, vaccinated traveling.
right?
Yeah.
So now it's all PCR. Like you go there, you take PCR tests, and that's it.
Same
No
thing.
more-
Before
more-
also same one.
No more quarantine. No more quarantine now.
That's good lah. At least
No,
you
that's
can
for
fucking
vaccinated
travel.
people.
But you still have to
At least
pay.
you can fucking
but you
travel.
have to still pay for your own PCR test, lah.
But at least you get to fucking travel though. Yeah. And
No,
now
but-
flights will be fucking cheap because the airlines want to get fucking people.
no,
to-
No.
it's the other way
No?
around.
No, it's the other way
They're
around.
jacking out the prices.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
They need to make all the money that they didn't make. What?
yeah, bro.
Oh, true.
At least 1.5 to two times the price.
Jesus fuck.
The moment they open Japan, I'm there already. I'm there. I'll never come back.
All right. Should we call it?
Can.
Yeah. If you want to see my asshole being fingered by a transgender woman, log on to subscribe to patreon.com/lotsoflobang. I
leave
will upload photos and videos of myself and also of Sean and Deeban's ass getting fingered by a transgender woman.
Let me guarantee you this. No ass fingering will be on our patreon.com/lotsaloba.
No.
It'll be on
On
a specially-
your ass.
It'll
But
be on a
on
specially,
my ass, maybe.
It'll be on a specially created OnlyFans called DJ Josie Ole.
Yes.
Josie
Yeah.
Ole.
But if you're wondering whether it's going to be a clean ass or not, rest assured it's clean and it's shaven. For the
Wha-
taking.
Why not?
Ready for the taking.
Why not? Why
it's
not both?
Manscaped.
Why not both?
Yeah. It's
Is it
been
no,
meridian. It's been
Meridian,
meridian.
Meridian.
It's been meridian. Alright,
Yeah, Manscaped want to sponsor us lah.
alright, thank you for watching the latest episode of Lots of Lobang. Subscribe, drop a like, drop a comment. Follow us, support us. We appreciate everything. Thank you very much.
That's the
Cheers.
longest mic drop.
Ciao.